Musa joined the army in 2004 and left the service 11 years later, aged 34. It had been a life-changing experience. Although proud of serving in the Queen's Guard, Musa also had post-traumatic stress disorder and depression after some of his experiences in Iraq, Afghanistan, South Africa and the Falklands. In the years that followed, Musa found himself isolated and alone without support and had little money and could stay in his flat for weeks at a time. Getting help happened gradually. Musa began having therapy when someone at the Royal British Legion mentioned the poppy factory. He sent an email to register for our service. At that point, Musa thought he would never work again. He really had no confidence. I encouraged Musa to apply for a job at a distribution centre near his home. When he started, another veteran in the team helped him settle in. Having someone who he could relate to and what he was going through helped build Musa's courage. Musa is still getting used to work again. It isn't easy and it takes time. Having routine really helps. Musa's manager says he's had a great start, picked up new skills and is a future team leader.
My name's Nicola Stokes. I wanted to join the forces because it was a family thing. My granddad's brother served in the army. My granddad served in the Air Force. My brother served in the army. My dad served in the army. I did 4 years in the Territorial Army. I did 9 years in the Royal Air Force as supply and logistics. Before anybody went away to Afghanistan or overseas, we did all the training for them. Then we did the training out in Afghanistan. One of the jobs we had to do was if anybody was killed, we had to find their records and make sure their records were up to date and make sure they did all the full training, which was a bit harsh, really. It's really nice being here because you get to meet people, you get to talk to people, it's nice to see people. Otherwise, I'm stuck at home, set up 4 walls. So being here is really a benefit for mental health. It gets you out and you feel pride of what you do. The meaning for me is making that each wreath or petal or paper petal I make, I know it's for somebody that's going to be remembered on November the 11th or any other time of the year. So it's quite nice knowing that it's going out to do something. It's also nice when we get letters back from people that have laid our wreaths in France or Belgium or the Falklands or somewhere like that as well.
Gary experienced a lot in the armed forces. He entered the Royal Navy at 17, serving on 2 aircraft carriers and a minesweeper. Then in 1997 he became a soldier in the Parachute Regiment. Serving in Helmand Province in Afghanistan was different to any other conflict he'd experienced. At one point, he had to run through an ambush to rescue a wounded soldier. Coming under heavy fire, he thought he was going to die. Another time, he saw the horrific impact of landing a helicopter on top of a minefield. By 2009, Gary was burnt out with post-traumatic stress disorder. The civilian world was difficult. Gary didn't look after himself and became unfit. When he contacted the poppy factory in 2020, he needed to find a new focus. With our support, Gary worked really hard to make himself employable again. He wanted to become a personal trainer, so I helped him apply for training funds through ABF the Soldiers Charity and Greenwich Hospital. Now he's launched a gym in Littlehampton, where he hopes to be a positive influence in a lot of young people's lives. Gary feels absolutely reborn now. He's more motivated than ever and his confidence is back. He says it's like switching on a light in a dark room.
The Poppy Factory will always be there to help veterans, no matter what challenges they face. To find out about employment support, visit poppyfactory.org/employment.